Hey, good day to you. This is Todd. I am a regular dude walking in the Word. Hey, we're at episode 93 going through Exodus here, and today it's entitled Tabernacle Part 8. And we're looking at the outer court today. And so this outer court, we've talked about, this is the tabernacle itself. This is the tabernacle complex, okay? Just like you'd say, hey, come to my house. Well, my house is not just the house itself, but it's the property all around it and the fence going around the property and all that stuff, okay? That's what this is. And so this all points to Jesus, all right? So we've talked about this. We talked about the coverings of this yesterday, and which is actually over here. We talked about how it's wood overlaid with gold, which the gold represents, divinity. And so we covered that. Today we're getting into the borders around here, which is these poles that hold up here, the curtains here, then the curtains, and then these entryways that here and here that are four colors. Okay, and we're going to get to what those four colors are and the symbolic thing of everything here. So today it's taken from Exodus 27:9 through 19. We're skipping the first 8 verses of chapter 27. We're coming back to that. This is the first time I've done that here. Usually I go in order, but I want to try and stick with a process of going through the tabernacle. So the altar, we're going to be coming back to that. But today we're skipping on ahead to verse 9 of chapter 27. So let me read that. It says, "You are to make the courtyard for the tabernacle. Make hangings from the south side of the courtyard out of finely spun linen, 150 feet long on that side, including 20 posts and 20 bronze bases with silver hooks and silver bands for the posts. And so make the hangings 150 feet long for the north side, including 20 posts and 20 bronze bases with silver hooks and silver bands for the posts. For the width of the courtyard, make hangings 75 feet. All right, and 75 feet long for the west side, including the 10 posts and their 10 bases. And for the width of the courtyard on the east side, toward the sunrise, 75 feet. Make hangings 22.5 feet long for one side of the gate, including their 3 posts and 3 bases. Oops. And make hangings 22.5 feet long for the other side, including their 3 posts and their 3 bases. Okay, so that's the front. So you have, it's these short areas here, okay, is what is being talked about. The gate of the courtyard is to have a 30-foot screen embroidered with blue, purple, and scarlet yarn and finely spun linen. It is to have 4 posts and 4 bases. All the posts around the courtyard are to be banded with silver and have silver hooks and bronze bases. The courtyard is to be 150 feet long, 75 feet wide at each end, and 7.5 feet high, all of it made of finely spun linen. The bases of the posts are to be bronze, and all the utensils of the tabernacle for every use, and all its tent pegs, as well as the other tent pegs of the courtyard, are to be made of bronze." All right. Question I have for you is this. I just got done reading that and giving you all the description and everything that's used to make everything here in the courtyard. We've talked about the other areas. There's another material that was used quite a bit here, and it's completely missing here. Okay, what is that material? Again, it's used a lot here. Okay, there's a whole bunch of it being used, but when it comes to the outer courtyard, not used at all. What is that material? Don't know. It's gold. Gold is completely gone from the courtyard. Okay, this courtyard is separates. Well, it's a courtyard that you go into before you go in here. So a lot of this represents man. Okay, and then it's not. We have to go in here for the typifying of God. All right, so again, we're using this book, Seeing Christ in the Tabernacle by Ervin Hershberger, and he talks a lot about this stuff. The outer court separated the worship center from the outside world, okay? And just like we as Christians, we live in the world, but we're not part of the world, okay? So that's kind of the area we're living in right here, okay? The world's out here, but we're kind of living in here. So hopefully that makes sense to you. So a lot of the materials used here is wood, which typifies humanity, and the boards standing shoulder to shoulder represent the church as the corporate body of Christ. That's that area here, okay? And the pillars around the court may symbolize individual believers displaying Christ to the world. They are indeed upholding fine linen hanging and fine linen to the saints. So these posts out here would represent Christians shining to the world, okay? And so it's bathed in silver, representing redemption, okay? The most prominent materials used out here in this area was brass and wood, okay, representing humanity. All right, and then let's go back to the colors. There was colors used here and here, and we talked about those colors yesterday, but I want to remind you these colors had significance. There was 4 colors, and it points to four characteristics or attributes of Christ, of Jesus. All right, so you have the first one, the blue, and blue, a lot of times when we think of blue, we think of the heavens, okay, a nice blue sky. So that would be his heavenly origin, Jesus' heavenly origin. Purple, when we think of purple, we think of royalty. So the royalty, purple stands for the royalty of Jesus. And then red, scarlet, would signify the suffering of Christ, all right, and then and his death. And then the last color was fine linen, which is white, and that would signify his righteousness. Okay, so those four colors there are what's laid out there. So the bottom line is this: you had this court, and this is the area where the presence of God was. All right, and you saw the Shekinah glory in here. Okay, the Shekinah glory wasn't out here. Okay, if the priest wanted to meet with God, it wasn't out here. It definitely wasn't out here. It was in here. But there was a process of getting in there. And this is the way, this is the area where we as Christians live, really. Out here. We're in the world, but we're not part of the world. Okay, so we're out here. Hopefully that helps explain things with this. This is just a fascinating thing, looking at this tabernacle and all the different pieces and how it all points to Jesus. Thanks for watching. I'm a regular dude walking in the Word, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow as we continue our journey through Exodus. Lord's blessing. I'll see you then.